Welcome to the Lokar Car Show. I'm Sam Adavi coming to you this week from the spring Emerald Coast Cruizin in beautiful Panama City Beach, Florida. Welcome to the Lokar Car Show. This is gonna be one awesome car.
And I said, it doesn't even run yet. And look at it now, it's amazing.
First established in 2005, the Emerald Coast Cruizin happens twice a year, once in the spring and once in the fall in beautiful Panama City Beach, Florida. There is nothing like a car show down the street from one of the most iconic beaches on the Gulf of America. It's held at Aaron Besant Park right across from Pier Park, which hosts restaurants and over 125 shops. Inside the show, there's vendors and food trucks and top-notch stage entertainment. You can enjoy live music from the stage while you're strolling to see all the awesome vehicles at this show. Check this thing out. This is so cool. You can't help but notice it walking by. An absolute miniature what?
It's a miniature 33 Ford.
And it's all steel.
And there's nothing 33 actually about it.
Well, tell us about it, Ron.
Yes, it's all steel. I woke up one day and I made a bad decision to do this, and then I just kept adding bad decisions to my bad decision, and I ended up with this. So whatever it is whatever it is.
You ended up with a pretty nice deal.
Thank
this
you.
is a very nice bad decision. You know what I mean?
It's all hand fabricated. I had to bend it all up and roll it all out, and I used a few clips and snips here and there off of different compounds I got off of different things, and it all came together. I built the frame.
And you said this thing is steel.
Yes, all steel.
And you just came up one day, you decided to make a chassis, and once you made the chassis, you made everything else with it. How long did it take?
Well, you know, that's really close to what I did. I actually started building the body first. I had a leftover cowl section off of a 36 Ford. I had the upper part of that cowl section. And so I took that cowl section, I narrowed it 10 inches, and I chopped it probably 9 or 9.5 inches, and then I laid the glass way back in it, and I liked the look. So I said, this is kind of cool, you know, and so I built off of that cowl section, and proportionally, the car turned out to be a small car because of what I did to the cowl section.
I love it. I am here with Doug and two future gearheads, and next to him is what year car?
1939 Chevrolet Master.
That is so cool. Where'd you get it? Just going to the rod run, right?
Yep.
As a participant, you go there and here you are.
Yep.
Now this is a fresh build, right?
It was just freshly built when I got it.
And that was what, 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
That is so cool. And this is a car that I see how big it is, so you can fit the kids in it, the wife, and all your gear in it as well.
Yeah. Plenty of room.
And so, when you come to Emerald Coast like this, do you drive the car or do you trailer it?
I trailer it here, but I drive it around.
You drive it around,
Yeah,
cruising and all that stuff. So it has a 350 in it, right?
350, yes.
And it's got a Ford 9-inch rear end. And this is a steel car?
Yes, all steel.
Very nice.
I just run across this one. I was looking for the Chevelle.
Yeah? You saw this one, you liked it a lot,
Yeah.
huh? You got future gearheads here. They're going to be tinkering on it with you and
Oh, yeah.
washing it. And in the future, they'll be changing tires and jacking it up and changing the oil, right?
Yeah.
That is very cool. That's what it's about, is creating future gearheads so that we can keep our sport going, because this is a very cool sport. Any future plans with this car?
No, just drive it.
Just drive it.
Yeah.
We are in the Causeway Cruising for Kids booth, where they are auctioning off these pedal cars, where all the proceeds are going to go towards kids with cancer on the beach. We'll be right back with more of the Emerald Coast Cruizin, brought to you by Lokar. I don't know about you, Kevin, but I've always noticed that the #1 item removed from a vehicle when it's been built, whether we do it or someone brings it to me, the e-brake cables are gone.
100%. We've got braided stainless, we've got black. It's just like a vinyl, but it's kind of OE looking. It's nice, it just goes away. But if you want that flash, like a lot of the street rod guys did back in the day. And not only do we make the cables, we've got the foot brake, the hand brake, whether it's a trans mount like an old style like this, or it's a floor mount so it's hidden. But we do offer all of that stuff made right here in the USA. Make sure you go on our website and check it out. All the details are there. You can order custom lengths. We've got all the applications.
And the integrity of the build quality is important, especially with the e-brake system, because there's so much load and tension under it, and it's doing such an important job. You're building a car, you want to keep those emergency brakes because safety is key. So go to Lokar.com, made right here in the USA, and get yourself an emergency brake kit. I just want to tell you what a great job you're doing. Keep up the good work. America first. Welcome back to more of the Lokar Car Show. I'm here with Bill Gumby in a beautiful 1968 Firebird. Now tell me about this car, Gumby. Did you restore it recently?
You know, I've done some work to it. Most of it was done up in Ohio by a builder up there, and it's really an original car, number match car. So
really,
the classic version of it is what I like. We like that classic version. I'm not going to change a lot on it. I've done some things to it, but quick story was, my wife had one of these when she was 17. So that's the history there.
That's where it starts, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's where a lot of these cars start. All the stories come from a time where you owned it, or your family member owned it, or you were raised in the deck of a back of a wagon or something.
Absolutely.
And you want to go back to it.
Being a 68 Ram Air car, 400, is kind of a rare car to have original, right? You know, you were talking about, I heard you talking earlier to some people about some kids, getting kids involved. Had my granddaughter get into this car right the other day. So I picked her up and she looked down and she pointed like this. She said, "Papa, what is that?" It was a crank for the window.
That's awesome.
So those are the kind of things that we need to get back. We need to teach. They need to know that kind of stuff because it was so much fun for us as kids, teenagers. So that's kind of where we're at in the classic car.
I'm here with Harold, and behind me is his absolutely gorgeous Mustang. This is similar to what an Eleanor would be, right?
It was original 68 Mustang fastback, but it has an Eleanor kit added to it.
Does the Eleanor kit include the side pipes that I'm seeing?
It does.
I've never noticed it on an Eleanor.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's the color. I've never seen a red one.
Yeah, it's not a traditional color for an
Yes.
Eleanor, but I did it this color combination to match a 2020 GT500 that I also have.
That is beautiful. You did a
Yeah.
good job. I love
Thank
the
you.
red with the white and the black.
Yeah.
They really complement each other. And you've got a lot of horsepower in this, being a supercharged Coyote.
Yes, yes. The tuner didn't dyno it, but I know it's well over 700.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
A blower on a Coyote usually makes like 200 horsepower. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, we used to get like 65 horsepower out of a blower, but today you get 200.
I know.
It's insane.
Yeah, and thank goodness it's got a 4-link suspension in the back, so if you hit it, it stays straight and you don't lose control of it.
How long have you owned it?
Well, I've owned it for 2 years now, but just recently got it back out on the road through the restoration.
Now, do you drive it or do you trailer this?
Oh, I drove it from Louisiana to the show.
You're kidding.
No.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
That's what it's about right
Yeah,
there.
I mean, you make them to drive.
Yeah, man. A lot of people don't, though. You
Yeah.
know, a lot of these cars are trailered here. And to think that you drove this from so many states away, it's very cool.
There's a few more things I want to do to the interior, you know, drive it to more local shows. And we really enjoy cruising the coast. That's one of our favorite shows, so can't wait till next year.
Okay, you can see this is my favorite booth, Stingray Chevrolet. They got all the motors that you need, crate engines that you want for your custom ride. We'll be right back with more of the Emerald Coast Cruizin, brought to you by Lokar. This chassis hand TIG welded across the board. Very nicely done, very impressive. These guys got everything you need to build yourself a rod or a custom car, or you can have them do it. Welcome back to more of the Emerald Coast Cruizin, brought to you by Visit Panama City Beach. We got a father and son duo here. We got Garrett and Boyd, very cool name, with two beautiful Ford trucks. Tell me about your truck. That's the white one, right?
My truck is a 1978. It is later in the year because they started coming out with the square headlights towards the end of the 78 year model trucks, which then they went on to do the 79 only square. It's got the 400 motor in it with a automatic transmission. It is running on a 6-inch lift with 35-inch boggers. And then we have built a custom box in the back of the bed to act as more of a stage and a cover, but it's also durable, can get wet, you don't have to worry about nothing with it.
I don't know, about 3 or 4 years ago or whatever, we kind of started talking about it, waited about a month or two, let him kind of
Really know he wants to do it, right?
Yeah, but also that I didn't have time to deal with that truck right now, So I was able to slip up there and pick it up for him and surprise
him with it.
So yeah. And,
what condition was it in when you got it?
It was, nothing was wrong with the truck. The truck was running fine. It was running on 35 all-terrains on a 4-inch lift, and everything was all right, but it wasn't perfect. It wasn't to different little specs that I wanted. And all we've really done is just, like, we've put a new front grille on it, put the chrome instead of the aluminum, just mainly nitpicky things, working out the kinks in it pretty much.
What a beautiful car, 328. What year is this, Stan?
1986.
1986. And what made you want to get this Ferrari?
It fell into my lap, basically. I was looking for a 911, and unfortunately, a deal didn't work out too well. And my wife and I went and looked at one. Came home, and that night on Facebook Marketplace, this was listed. So we went and looked. It met all the criteria I was looking for. And
iconic car, absolutely.
Thank you, sir, very much.
And they've been coming up in value so much the last 5 years. The 08, the 28, and the 348.
Yes, sir. All wonderful cars.
All wonderful cars. Now, tell me about the paint on this. Is this original paint on this?
It has been resprayed, but when I bought it, it basically was this paint job. It was a little dull. I clay barred it, went over it with some ceramic coat, and I just buff it occasionally out with cleaner wax, and that's what you got. I happened to get a new leather package from GAHH in California, and I learned how to do upholstery.
You did it yourself?
Yes, sir. Everything on this car I've done myself.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yes,
I'll have to get that name from you. Those are nice seats.
Yes.
Very nice seat covers.
And they're practically identical to the originals.
And this is a V8 car,
yes,
and it is mounted as if it was transverse mounted.
Transverse, yes,
Yep.
sir.
And so this is something you could work on yourself.
In fact, I have. When I bought it, one of the reasons I got it is it needed a new clutch.
Right.
And I wanted to do some mechanical repairs on the car. You basically lift it up, take off the wheels. There's fender well covers.
Yep.
Take that off, and you have access to the clutch on the driver's side, and on the passenger side, the timing belts, everything you need to get to, you can get to easily.
And you did it all yourself?
Yes, sir.
I'm here with Jim and Dalton, father and son, and behind me is a beautiful C5 Corvette with a whole bunch of horsepower. I'm going to have Dalton tell you about it.
It's a 2003 Z06, a Lingenfelter, the 427 twin turbo kit.
It's a 427 also?
Yes, they're 427.
Oh man, you guys got a deal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is serious horsepower under there.
Yeah.
I remember when these things were being built 20 years ago, and that 427 was so awesome before the LS7 came out.
Yep, yep.
Wow, that's cool.
Twin turbo makes like 750-ish wheel horsepower.
How many miles does it have?
4,000.
4,000, that's crazy.
Yeah.
How long have you guys owned it?
2 months.
2 months.
A little bit less than 2 months. So.
That's cool. And those wheels, this is like old school period correct build with that hood and that rear bumper.
Yeah.
That's rare. You're not gonna find either one of those today anymore.
Nope.
Now this car base without any of the goodies on it today is like 35, 40 grand. Okay, stock, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And with that many miles on it, you're going towards 40. And then you add that build to it, those wheels,
Yes.
the exhaust and everything, you got a $100,000 car here.
Yeah, we got it for 52.
That's crazy. And that's what makes the wife stay. You know? And you can save money.
Yeah, that's what I told her. I got a deal. Well, actually, I just retired, and she was going to get me a pen and pencil set. Decided I'll do my own shopping, so this is what my retirement gift is.
That's cool. We'll be right back with more of the Emerald Coast Cruizin', brought to you by Lokar. Welcome back to more of the Lokar Car Show. So of all the shows that I've been to and covered, this is the first time I ran into a Z28, 2015, very rare car. Chris, tell me about your car.
That's a 2015 Z28 track edition. They only made a certain amount in 2014 and 2015.
Yep.
And they tested them out in Nürburgring. I've had a Whipple supercharger put on it, and it's got mast heads and a cam. It's got headers on it, even though the headers, the tri-headers are still, you really don't need headers on a Z28, but
Correct.
I went ahead and had them put on there, and I kept the original. I got all the original parts.
Have to. Yep.
So,
How
and
much
I had
horsepower are you making?
my tuner, he said about 780.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't had it dynoed yet because nobody around here does dynos. So there's a guy in Pensacola, Florida that I was going to go and get it actually dynoed.
Well, that's so cool. These things have 160 part numbers specific to the Z28. So it's got 505 horsepower from the factory. This is very nice. To see it out here, you know, this is so rare. This is the first time of all the car shows I've been to see a Z28. And I see that you've changed the hood. That hood looks so good.
Yeah.
And you've got the original hood at the house.
I do. I've got everything. The box that this hood came in from California, I put everything in there, bubbled it, wrapped it, and it's all tightly airtight.
I'm here with the coolest kid on the premises. His name is Anderson. And how many Mustangs you got?
10 Mustangs and 2 Chevy Nomads down there at the end.
Which one's your favorite one?
Probably this orange one. Why I love it so much is this is a special paint car, only 2 in existence. One was sent overseas to Europe, I believe, as a Ford promotional car, and that's where it still remains to this day.
Wow, so you got the only one in the country like this?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's why you chose this one to stand in front of. Good
Yes,
choice.
sir.
Now tell me where your love for these Mustangs comes from.
So we actually, about 2 years ago, we thought we'd go over to cruising the coast over in Biloxi, and we saw 2 Shelbys, one being this one right here, and we just fell so much in love with them. And then we purchased these 2, and then we thought we'd get into the Mustangs.
Yeah, because you got all Shelbys here. Very rare, also a 429. 2 of them over there?
Yes, sir.
Very rare. Now that's very cool. Now, how old are you?
15.
15, so do you have your permit?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you drive these cars then?
Yes, sir.
And you take care of them? I saw you cleaning that one over there?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me about the Showmad.
That is actually a GM show car. That car has serial number 2 fuel injection unit. Serial number 1 is on Harley Earl's desk. That car was a GM promotional car. They would take that car to all the shows, like Detroit Auto Show, Chicago Auto Show, all the shows like that.
March and the one in November.
That's very
November usually falls on Veterans Day weekend. This will be 20 years for our November show.
20 years.
20
wow,
years.
That's
Yep.
incredible. Well, let me tell you something. We had an absolute blast coming here to Panama City Beach, and the beautiful weather, the beaches. It's so many amenities
Look
here.
what I get to do twice a year.
I know, right? It's such a
Play with
family
cards and
affair.
come to the beach.
Yes,
You know,
yes, and that's why you see so many families out here, because the wives, the kids, everyone's having a good time together, and to hear the stories, you know, that's what it's about, right?
Oh, do I hear stories? And of course, I hear phone calls before and after and everything, so I hear all kind of stories, and it is really neat to hear, you know, some of the things and how they got here and what happened and trouble they had getting down and trouble they whatever, but it's fun.
But they come. They
yeah,
come
they do.
no matter what rain
From
or
all
shine,
over.
they come all over. I was talking to the Tampa cruisers. The 4 guys came in their beautiful cars driving all the way from Tampa just to come hang out together and cruise.
It gives me ideas when I get home working on mine. I'm building 2 C10s right now, and I've done seen something I'm changing when I get home, and I caught it before. I started doing this on some of my, I bought a used Camaro, I'm gonna clean it up and have it re-chromed.
You get new ideas every time you come
Sure,
out, you know what
sure,
I mean? And
sure.
to have the diversity of the cars that you've had here, like
Right.
I told you, I've never seen a 2015 late model Z28 in any car show, and you had one here. That's very rare. If you guys want an awesome show at the beach with beautiful weather, we got one in the spring and we got one in the fall, Emerald Coast Cruizin', check them out. This 2-day event is nestled in the heart of Panama City Beach, Florida. You're surrounded by shops, restaurants, and the pier, of course. The beautiful white sandy beaches the Panhandle is known for. You can bring your entire family to this event and know that everyone will have a great time. Plan on spending the weekend here or make it an extended trip. Check out their website to sign up for the next event at emeraldcoastcruizin.com. I'm here hanging out with the Tampa Cruisers. They all drove up together to the Emerald Coast Cruizin to check out beautiful Panama City Beach. You guys can as well. There is one event in the spring. There's also one event in the fall. Check out their websites for more details. For me, that's a wrap.